G'day and welcome back to CruiseAway here on Gecko, and it's time for another burst of holiday ideas from our experienced team, bringing the best value in Oz for some pretty hefty trips around the world. In this show, we're going to explore the wonders of the Mediterranean for next year.
We certainly are.
Exciting.
The history, the culture, the relaxing vibe attracts millions of visitors every year. And it's time for us to have a taste of the glamour in the Med. Now, 3 fabulous packages await you with 3 very different cruise lines.
Yeah, that's right. Later, we're joining Virgin Voyages for some starry nights in Athens and an incredibly upbeat cruise trip. We'll also be jetting across the Med with Azamara, more included cruises later, combining the cruise with stays and your chance to be in the fast lane at the Monaco Grand Prix.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah, absolutely. Where's the sound effect? Let's start, though, with a triple cruise for May next year. Now, the whole package, I know, 3 cruises in one. It's incredible. 33 nights in all, the packages, and we're starting by flying you from Sydney over to Rome in Italy for a romantic 2-night hotel stay before we cruise. This is a city which really doesn't need much introduction, does it, Jo?
3 coins in the fountain.
Yes.
The Spanish Steps, of course, the Colosseum. Oh my goodness. Maybe you've dreamt of visiting Rome all your life. Maybe you have Italian relatives. You might get to see them while you're over there, enjoy some of the world's best gelato, pizza, while strolling around ancient history dating back 3,000 years. It's going to be epic. Then, talking of epic, it's time to cruise on the fabulous Celebrity Equinox. You know, these are absolutely beautiful ships. You're going to be on board for 20 nights and 29 nights, excuse me. I still can't get my head around
this is 3 cruises, remember?
Yes.
It's go big or go home, this one.
Wow. You know, this is going to be amazing because you will truly get to become part of the beating heart of the ship, being on board for that length of time. You know,
your family.
Yeah, you'll get to know all the servers and of course your stateroom steward and other passengers on board as well if they're on board the same amount of time as you. I love this because you don't have to, you know, disembark after a week or even 2 weeks. You've got, you know, full weeks on board. Now, when it comes to dining, Celebrity really know how to do it in style. Whether it's your go-to, which might be the dining room every night, or you want to explore and enjoy something a little bit more luxurious and indulgent, like the Tuscan Grill, you're going to absolutely love it. There's tons of exciting activities while you're on board to enjoy as well. Things like cocktail mixing and wine tasting, you know, craft beer tasting, and not just alcohol-based, I promise. By the way, if you don't drink, they do lots of great mocktails and things like that also. But you have lots of enrichment activities too. You might want to learn how to do those fancy towel animals they have in the staterooms, or fancy napkins for dinner parties. They do fun classes, you know, with things like that. You've got your daily quiz, your bingo.
Monkeys.
Like, I love that when I'm on a cruise. I do. I love a game of bingo, and I do love to do the daily quiz because I always learn something too. And they have like all the newspapers and Sudoku and things like that, and you know, up at the reception every day too. Now the shows on board Celebrity are particularly amazing. They do have the wow factor, spectacular sort of West End meets Broadway. You're going to love them.
You'll love it. Right, take a deep breath, Jo. 29 nights. Here we go on 3 cruises out of Rome. Yes,
certainly. And our first port is fabulous Napoli, Italy, where you can visit the ancient city of Pompeii. That's number 1 on your list for sure, and the museum. Then it's La Spezia, beautiful. You actually have an overnight on board here in La Spezia. It's a stunning town not far from some of Italy's most famous cities like Pisa, Genoa and Florence. You can head to any of these places by train or take a shore excursion there. Then we're on into Portofino. Oh, absolutely beautiful. You have Cinque Terre right there at your fingertips, which is the 5 neighbouring cities. You can do some sea kayaking. I've done that while I'm there. Then it's Nice, and of course we're at gateway here to the French Riviera, so you can head to Cannes, Monaco, Monte Carlo, Saint-Tropez very easily from this stop off. Marseille is up next, which is the largest port in the Mediterranean, the 2nd largest city as well in France, and you have the incredible Notre Dame de la Garde to visit. Barcelona, the Catalonian capital, awaits you, where you can visit La Ramblas, the world famous street performers are there. Barcelona to beaches at the end of it for a lovely cocktail perhaps. Then it's Cadiz, and definitely something you'll want to see here is the incredible Alcazar of Seville, which is kind of a mini Alhambra palace, and the orange tree lined streets. Then it's Lisbon, where you'll find probably some more orange tree lined streets. Now you have got an overnight here where you can visit St. Geronimo's Monastery, ride the wooden trams, enjoy a pastel de nata, that's a custard tart in Portuguese, and so much more. We're into Leixos in Portugal next, Porto in fact, which is known of course for the famous port wine. They actually have cellars underneath the river, so you might want to take a tour to learn all about that. We're on into Morocco next, Tangier, which is lovely, where you can rock the Casbah. You could actually go and see the Medina and the Old Town and the amazing Casbah, which are the souks. And Mykonos is next on the list. You might want to chill and relax here after all your sightseeing and just take in the vibes of one of the most relaxing islands in Greece, for sure. Before we head to Kusadasi, where you absolutely must see the ancient Roman city of Ephesus. It is incredible. Lots of kitty cats there if you like the cats as well. Then we have an overnight in the bustling and thriving beating heart of Turkey, which is Istanbul, where Asia meets Europe. It is an incredible city. Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque are must-sees, and the Grand Bazaar. You've got to do some negotiating while you're there. Buy a carpet. Then it's Santorini, and as to be done, they fly, I hear. Santorini is lovely. Tira, the capital, awaits you with these lovely whitewashed houses and back streets, which are so enchanting. Ooh. What an itinerary, starting off in Rome with your cheeky little mini break, heading on into fabulous Naples for Pompeii, La Spezia, Portofino, Nice for the French Riviera, just to name a few. Then we're on into Barcelona with a stop off in Tangier in Morocco. Then some fabulous ports in Turkey before finishing up in Santorini, Katakolon, Rome, and then, of course, when you disembark, flying back to Sydney.
I tell you what, amen.
Wow.
What a trip. I mean, how travelled will you feel by the time you've come back? I mean, my word. You can say you've been here, there and everywhere across the Med. 33 nights in all. That's my kind of holiday. This is for May next year as well, so plenty of time to put those plans in place. So let me just run through what's included before I give you an unbeatable price tag. It's incredible. So the flight from Sydney over to Rome, you've got 2 nights there in a hotel. That's included as well. And then remember, you've got your triple cruise with Celebrity on the Equinox, cruising Greece, Spain, Italy, Turkey and France, ending the cruise back in Rome. And we've included the transfer from the port in Rome back to the airport for your flight back to Sydney, where you can, hopefully you can kind of fill in all of your travel journal on the way back there of all the memories so that you hold them forever. This is incredible. And the price tag, given that you are doing a 5-star cruise here, so absolute luxury all of the way. Look, did you expect more? I certainly did. Under $10,000 each. Deposits today of $1,200 each. And remember, you can break the cost down of your whole package price as well, down into 6 or 12 payments with travel pay later as well. All you got to do is speak to our team. And with such a good price to start with, let's look at upgrades on board as well, because that's based on interior on Celebrity Equinox. Remember, you're on board for 29 nights, so that's pretty much a month of cruising there for you. But if you would like to upgrade, you certainly can, and your prices are there for ocean view and indeed for balcony on this one. Plus, of course, if you wanted to add to that a drinks package as well that combines Wi-Fi, speak to the team while you book, and that in terms of budgeting is a really, really good idea as well. It's fantastic. So call us now, 1300 411 968 and speak to our team. Lots and lots of trips around Europe and the Mediterranean as well. You'll find on our website, which is cruiseaway.com.au. We are here literally to scratch the surface and give you some ideas. It's incredible. And remember, if you want us to go searching for your next trip, 1300 411 968 is the number to dial. You all right after that trip?
I'm just about recovering. But I tell you what, I'm excited for you because
it's another one.
Booking that is going to be so many hotspots off of your bucket list.
Yes.
But we have another one for you, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're jetting off to the glamorous Mediterranean for 2 city breaks, a Grand Prix, and the feeling of being pampered non-stop with a more inclusive luxury cruise with Azamara. Now, it's 18 nights starting on the 17th of May, and we are flying first from Sydney to Rome for a 2-night hotel stay in the Eternal City, and of course, heading into Europe in the summertime. Escaping the winter is a lovely thing to do.
Gotta be done,
yeah, it's got to be done. And the Eternal City, Rome, is one of the most awe-inspiring places on earth to visit. It is utterly spectacular. There's never enough time in Rome. That's why you've got to throw the 3 coins in the fountain. Well, they say actually you throw, I think it's 3 means you'll come back to Rome, so that's why you've got to throw 3. Yeah, exactly. Forget about meeting the love of your life. It's more important to actually come back to Rome. Then it's Azamara, and you might be travelling with the love of your life. Now, we're going to be on board the Journey for 12 nights. Now, more inclusive cruising, what does this mean? Well, this means so much is already packed into your cruise fare. So your drinks are included as standards. That means all of your drinks, your wine with dinner, your beer, your spirits. We're talking all good names here as well because we are luxury cruising, of course. All of your coffees, your Americano every day, your bottles of water. None of this has to be an afterthought. It's all included. Also, your port shuttles. So when you get to certain destinations, usually a shuttle will take you to the centre of the town. And on other cruise lines, you usually have to pay for it, but this is included. What else is included? Your Wi-Fi is included. Now, that's a big one. That is a big one. You can save yourself hundreds of dollars. And also your tips, your gratuities included in the cruise fare. Self-service laundry too. I think this is a great one because so many people need to use the washing machine when they're on board.
Well, it's not just the washing machine, it's the ironing board.
Yeah.
For me on a cruise, that's the big thing.
What's an ironing board?
I know you can send your ironing away, so if you need your tucks refreshed or your shirts ironed, you can send them off and there's a service you can pay for to have that done. I like doing my own ironing, I'm going to be honest with you, and I like doing it from minute number 1. It's almost my first port of call on a ship. If there's an ironing board there, I'm there straight away.
Right, so I know next time we're cruising on Azamara, I'm giving all my ironing to you, Derek,
okay.
since you love it so much.
Okay.
And, well, I mean, my goodness, the food, the spaces, there's a much higher ratio of staff to passenger on board. I think it's 2 to 1 or 1 to 2. And so that means you're always going to be catered to, whatever you're up to. Much smaller ships as well, with lovely intimate spaces, more space for you to enjoy and thrive and just drink in the journey.
Listen,
of
it's
doing
the best
this.
of everything.
Yeah.
It's the best of everything. You are paying for unashamed luxury here. It's incredible. Let's do 12 nights then out of the port for Rome.
Yes, and we're going to be heading to fabulous Livorno in Italy first, and that's going to be for Cinque Terre, which is an absolutely amazing adventure if you choose to hike the 5 neighbouring cities. But you've also got the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You've got to get the selfie with you holding the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's a must. Florence isn't far either. Then we're on into La Spezia, which is really a beautiful part of Italy to visit. And you've got an overnight on board in La Spezia. So that will give you even more time to visit lots of different cities in the surrounding area. And you might want to head to Florence. Then it's Porto Venere, where you can see the San Pietro Church, Byron's Grotto, Cinque Terre, again, if you didn't get to visit in one of the other ports. This whole area, the reason that we're going to these places, which are in close proximity, is to give you more time. Bastia in Corsica is up next, and this is an absolutely beautiful port of call. Of course, just off the coast there of France, and you have La Closse Winery. They're known for their beautiful wines, by the way, so I'd highly recommend that. And speak to your team on board to book excursions. We're into Monaco next, Nice for Monaco, and this is your Grand Prix day. So you can actually, of course, head out there and experience the whole adventure of seeing this live, which is going to be an unforgettable experience.
Day too.
Yeah, race day.
Brilliant.
Then we got an overnight Barcelona. Now, this amazing city is the Catalonian capital, and you can head to the Sagrada Familia, the famed work of art by Antonio Gaudi, see if they finished it, Probably not yet because it's taken 100 years, but it's amazing to see it. Parque Güell up in the mountains is just an absolute dream as well. Then it's Malaga in the south of Spain, in Andalusia, where you can see the Alhambra Palace in Granada, or just enjoy walking around the incredible cobbled back streets with great shopping. The Picasso Museum is right there as well, and world-class opportunities. Then it's Gibraltar for the famous Rock of Gibraltar, where you can see the apes den, of course. They're very friendly, just don't try not to give them anything.
Friendly-ish.
Yes, friendly-ish. You might want to take a dolphin safari or shop for some tax and duty-free shopping. Then it's Portimao in fabulous Portugal. We are here in the gorgeous Algarve. So much to see and do. El Marina Beach is one of my personal recommendations. Beautiful hiking up there. Stunning beaches, some of the best in the world. Then we did disembark in Lisbon, and we actually have 2 nights in a fabulous hotel here. So this will enable you to have enough time to explore the Portuguese capital, but also perhaps visit neighbouring cities of Sintra and Cascais, where the Portuguese royal palaces are, and they're a beautiful sight. Absolutely, there's stunning shopping in Lisbon. You get to sail in under this iconic bridge, which is quite the experience. The buildings, the architecture, the wooden trams. I mean, it's just a beloved city for a very good reason.
Oh, it's stunning, honestly. You need a good stout pair of shoes though for Lisbon as well, because it's cobbles everywhere.
Oh yes.
But it's brilliant. It's well worth a visit. You've got a couple of nights there before you then fly back from Lisbon back to Sydney, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And I have to say to you, I would thoroughly recommend when you're in Rome getting to the Vatican City, because there's something about it which is ultimately very poignant and very special. But it's a really lovely trip of a lifetime actually. Lots of places there which are very special indeed. So are you ready for this one then? An epic trip for May next year over 18 nights. And really, you can consider this as 3 holidays in one, remember. We're including for our price the flight from Sydney over to Rome. We've got 2 nights in a hotel there, so that's 1 city break, if you like. And then you've got your more included luxury cruise with Azamara on the journey. And this is quite some journey as well, and included while you're on board, your drinks, your service charges, amazing variety of dining, you've got concierge service, your longer in ports, you've got cultural experiences that Azamara actually bring to the cruise as well, which they include, which is brilliant, and much more. If you want to know more, all the details, if you have a look at that number on our website, cruiseaway.com.au, will show you more of life on the ship as well. So you're cruising around the Mediterranean. Remember, you have your day in Nice as well, and it's race day for the Monaco Grand Prix. Good timing, so you can be there watching all the action if you choose. You end the cruise in Lisbon in Portugal, the capital, and you stay there for 2 nights in a hotel as well. So that's another holiday before the included flight back to Sydney. It's kind of like around the world in 80 days, this one, isn't it? It's brilliant, but nowhere near the kind of price tag you would expect, given that this cruise alone, if this were for the cruise alone, that would be an exceptional price tag. If that was literally without the flights, without the extra stays, if that were just the luxury cruise on its own, you would have an amazing deal on your hands. Of course, we're looking into the future here, so we can put a lower deposit down on this today, $1,400 each today, to make this price a reality for all of that incredible exploration and travel around the Mediterranean. And you will be spoilt with Azamara as well and want to go back and do it again and again. Now, you can upgrade while you're on the Azamara journey as well to a higher grade of stateroom. So we'll look at the prices for that, for ocean view and indeed for a full-on suite. Maybe you really are celebrating something big and you're thinking, right, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to go to the highest of highs and we're having a suite, then speak to the team as well about what that includes, because that's even more included than your offer, which is phenomenal. Call us free, toll free, remember, 1300 411 968. Or you can find more details, of course, on our website, cruiseaway.com.au. There are oodles and oodles of different ideas there. And don't forget, of course, you can take advantage of Travel Pay Later and break the cost down of any of our offers down to 6 or 12 payments with no extra interest, which is really, really good. It's superb. It's very, very easy and simple to sign up as well. So any of the offers that you see, you can take advantage of that as well. More details of that on our website as well, cruiseaway.com.au. But let's do some more holiday talk, shall we?
Let's do it. It's time to enjoy some Greek island glamour and explore the lesser known corners of the Mediterranean. And we're doing it all on Virgin Voyages' flamboyant Scarlet Style on their latest fun ship. Now, this 16-night trip starts on the 6th of July next year, and we're flying off from Sydney to Athens in Greece in summertime for a 3-night hotel stay. Honestly, Athens is one of my favourite destinations for a mini break. I just think it's got so much to offer. Aside from the obvious wow factor of the thousands of years of history, of course, we've got to register that, you can see the incredible Parthenon and Acropolis and just drink in the views from that viewpoint and just think, wow, this is where the ancient Athenians stood and created all of these marvellous cities. I just love that. But also you've got a bustling street food scene. You've got loads of fun live music venues. It's a great place to explore for a few days. Then it's time for us to cruise Virgin style on the Resilient Lady. We're going to be on board for 10 nights. Now, Virgin has its very own unique stamp. Of course, many Australians will be familiar with Virgin because of Virgin Australia. It's a huge brand in Oz, of course. But this is all about the Virgin Way. And the Virgin Way is fun, is different, is kind of a little bit more off the wall. And I love that about it because there was nothing like this in the cruising world prior to Virgin being launched. We're talking about, the own personal touch. Of course, they have state-of-the-art gyms because they have a global gym brand anyway. So you're going to see exceptional classes on board, which, by the way, are all included. All your fitness classes are included as standard. There's lots of other things that are included in a cruise fare with Virgin too that you don't even have to think about, such as your sodas. So you've got your sodas and lots of soft drinks included. They have these wonderful theme nights such as Scarlet Night. You know, a lot of cruise lines do the White Hot Party. Scarlet Night is their very own stamp on it. And you have also got, what do they call the little swing? Hammock. It's a hammock, obviously.
If you take a balcony, which Virgin call a sea terrace, then you will have a scarlet red Virgin hammock.
Thank you.
Out there waiting for you as well. It's such a good time. I know lots of you know about Virgin Voyages as well. There's a lot of noise about this cruise line because it kind of came in and really disrupted the cruise world by doing something utterly different. And you're so right, Joe. Actually, it's kind of like the best of all Virgin worlds meet on a Virgin voyage. It's kind of a natural progression. They've done everything else. They've done the airline, They've done the gym, they've done the records and the music and everything else. And it's like, what's next? And listen, we're not quite ready to go up into space with them, maybe, or a hot air balloon, but a cruise is absolutely perfect. And they do things, as you say, with such utter personality. All the dining on board is included. It's kind of like a free and easy life. Yes, it's a party as well. It's a really good time, but it's a good time for all ages as well. This isn't just for the 22-year-olds. This is for everyone.
Wi-Fi is also included and gratuities. There's nothing to really worry about here apart from maybe you want to grab a drink or so. We'll talk you through that. Bodrum is the first port on our itinerary, and you have got beautiful beaches in Turkey here, but you can also visit ancient Ephesus and lots of other fabulous architectural finds on a shore excursion. So do speak to the team about them. We have an overnight in Mykonos. By the way, they're called shore things on Virgin shore excursions. Mykonos is a wonderfully relaxing party isle. So this is why they have stopped off for an overnight here. You might want to hear some of the world's best DJs that visit in spring and summer to these islands. Grab a cocktail, walk the back streets, see the stunning churches, or maybe head over to the island of Delos. Dubrovnik's next, and this is also known for Game of Thrones fans as King's Landing from that incredible show. You can see the world's oldest pharmacy. That's a really interesting thing to see in the bell tower while you're there in this UNESCO World Heritage town. Then it's Kotor, Montenegro. Montenegro is fast becoming one of the hotspots destinations to visit in Europe. It's utterly charming. It again is UNESCO World Heritage. You have the city walls and Cathedral of St Tryphon, which are must-sees when you're there. Then Corfu awaits us. Now, this is one of my favourite beach escape islands. A tour I would recommend here, if you don't fancy the beaches, the city drive with the old town and wine tastings. Greek wines are really sort of coming up in the world as well. Now we are back into the port for Athens, where you'll disembark and you'll fly back home to Sydney. But if you want a little bit of extra time in Europe, maybe you want to tack on a stay to, a flight to London or, Spain or somewhere else, then speak to our team about that, because you're not far when you're in Athens.
Yes, very true. Lots and lots of other opportunities there. In fact, any of the places we've been to in our other offers, of course, out of Athens, very, very easy to go over to Rome or to Barcelona. It would be wonderful, as you say, London in the UK as well. Nice time of year to do that kind of thing, because it's summer, of course, over in the Mediterranean, winter here, but summer over in Greece, and all the places you're cruising to as well for next year. We've got low deposits on this offer as well. So just $1,000 each today secures the deal. And that's the flight from Sydney over to Athens in Greece. 3 nights in a hotel there, which is going to be super, super exciting. That's the starry nights you'll be enjoying. Then you've got your 10-night cruise on Virgin's latest ship, actually, the 3rd in the fleet, Resilient Lady. There is another one on the way as well. You'll be cruising around the Greek Isles, Croatia and Montenegro, with so much included, dining included right the way across the ship, service charges, phenomenal entertainment, Wi-Fi included, group fitness classes, and so, so much more. Essential soft drinks, the list goes on and on and on. The value in a Virgin cruise is incredible. And of course, we're including your flight back from Sydney to Athens. But of course, you could always talk to the team about flying on somewhere else from Athens back to Sydney. Maybe you want to go Athens to Rome first before you come back. We are looking at the most incredible price tag here as well. Look at this. This is stunning. Because Virgin have such a fun and a great time on board. You will love it, and you will want to take one of their adventures, which there are many and plenty around the world as well, because Virgin are out in the Caribbean, they're out in the Med, they are here, there and everywhere, and even on our shores from time to time as well. Here's the details if you want to upgrade, and remember, it's just $1,000 each as a deposit right now if you want to get this locked in. Again, just to remind you, if you want to take advantage of Travel Pay Later and break the cost down of that down into 6 or 12 easy payments, then you can do that very, very easily, because we are looking at July next year. So we do everything we can to lock in the best deal now, give you a deposit opportunity so you can budget that way, or even just take the whole cost of the holiday and then break it down into 6 or 12 payments. And then just do that on a monthly basis, which is really, really good. Lots of people choose that as well. And I think, when we're watching every dollar right now, it's a good thing, isn't it? Absolutely.
Derek, I have to commend you, by the way, on your exceptional matching with the CruiseAway colour scheme.
Oh yeah, my shirt matches our logo completely by accident. Completely by accident, but it's a happy accident.
You mean you didn't take that cushion out? And
I should have taken this to the store,
to the store, and be like, can you just match that for me?
Yeah, I should have done that, shouldn't I?
Well, okay. Well, I have to commend you. It's pretty impressive, I have to say. So lots of food for thought today. We've had some great offers, haven't we?
Oh, yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. And listen, that just kind of scratches the surface. That's why we are here, remember, 3 times a day on Gecko. 10 in the morning, 1 and 4 in the afternoon, every single day. More choice, of course, than you can wish to see on our website as well, cruiseaway.com.au. And it's very, very easy to kind of pinpoint parts of the world that you want to go to and then see all the offers there in front of you as well. We've loved this show, right?
Yeah, and Europe. I know it's on so many people's bucket list, and this is your moment to do it. So get booking and do not miss out.
Absolutely. Do it. Life is for today.
See you soon.